let's get into it as NAVI and KC take to the stage here at the start of Summer Split. I'm Mehdi, I'm joined by Mehdi, as you've already seen. We are still in the jacuzzi. Things are more wrinkly than I expected at this point of the day, I'll be honest. My fingers are pruning. But here we are for KC, the winter champions, taking on NAVI in their first LEC showing. Does do a lot of work, kind of similar to a Jinx. There it is, locked in for HunSumD here on his world tour, going through the LFL, going through the LCK, the LPL, now here in the LEC. He's going to crack out the first competitive Yunara that we have seen. Alongside that, a tank for Malorang. What else? Something that can engage. He's going to be going towards that Alistar.
She is a really exciting champion to watch. The Xayah going to be locked in for Kalist. So Yunara, I mean, I'm really interested to see how she performs here in competitive play. Of course, the competitive environment is very different from what we've been able to see in things like solo queue. But as a champion, she's got a lot of different elements. She has some things like the Sivir with the stacking queue. We keep our eyes on the bot lane. We're super excited to see this champion come through. So far, they are losing in terms of the push, and the trading is going pretty favorably for the KC duo for now.
One of the problems with Yunara is her cultivation of spirits. Gonna decoy across the wall here. HunSumD is at half HP, has no pots, has a barrier, no heal. Malorang knocks Yike back. Targamas goes in, flash away from HunSumD as Kalist tanks the tower and has to use a barrier of his own. Does get the root down with the Blade Caller, but in the end, haven't used the smite as of yet. Larson now coming across. This is a good bottleneck. Malorang flashes in. Shockwave has to be flashed away by Yike. And now, for KC, they can look for the re-engage. Spells used by NAVI. Cyclone's still available. Vladdy going in. There's the Weaver's Wall. Tiger on the right side of it. Gets out. Exhaust has been popped on him. We'll try and get back in here. Does still have that smite. Malorang comes across the wall. Yike with a good Cyclone. Knocks Malorang up. Here's the Grand Starfall, though. Tiger flashes away from the seismic shove. Yike is down to 200 HP, and HunSumD is flashing forward. He's transcended himself, and he's looking for his first kill. Finds it. Targamas now locked up. Adam coming in as well. As he looks for the flank, KC forced back, retreating under their tower. Tiger's ultimate about to come back off cooldown. Malorang has that unbreakable will. Vision behind, there's the TP from Adam, there's a shockwave combo. Yike has to try and get away with the Cyclone. Good knockback with the seismic shove. Will disengage the fight for now. KC looking for the re-engage. Kana comes in. Hasn't popped that ultimate yet. But HunSumD has no flash and has no way out. KC on the board.
The response from KC is good. NAVI tried to use the numbers advantage, but I don't think the fight is over just yet. The ulti comes through from Vladdy.
The chase continues as Adam oversteps, looking for the damage on the Kana. He'll fall second. 2-1 now for KC and a Dragon alongside.
Aatrox is a champion that also scales.
Sure.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Good Grand Starfall. Again, Tiger gonna flash away. There's the shockwave. Quickness coming out, but Vladdy's already down. Good knockup by Malorang, but Targamas can dash back to Yike to escape. Again, NAVI using this Grand Starfall really, really effectively.
This is what I wanted to see from Taiga, just being proactive with the Pantheon. He makes a really nice play on the top side of the map. It's Larson that's going to get himself some plates. Malorang acting on
flashes in. Yike's going to try and go back forward with the Cyclone. Larson's low. He has to flash away. But in the end, Yike will still find him stunned up by the trample. Should fall here to Taiga, but he's doing so much work. Malorang's dead as well. It's 2 for Yike. Or at least for KC in the middle of the fight. Targamas dashing away, dodges the spear shot. Taiga goes back in and gets another. The junglers absolutely popping off as Kalist finally rounds it out for KC.
And then, of course, Kalist cleans things up. Now, though, we're back to live as the Herald has started off.
Back to fighting as well. As Taiga's trying to join from the side here. Ripto down to 5,000 HP. HunSumD flashing away from Targamas, who's now on the wrong side of the wall. The quickness will only catch onto Malorang, who does still have the unbreakable will. The ball down for Larson. Shockwave available. Rift held. The eye will sit there. In the end, I don't think NAVI will be able to pick this one up. Adam's going to try and step forward. Expires pretty sharpish. Only about 20 seconds on the clock for that eye these days, and KC will defend it well. They did lose the gold from the Rift Hold, but they'll make sure they don't lose any more.
Well, I will say that
peeking his head in, or at least his horns, as he looks for the engage, but NAVI are just not here quickly enough. The ball goes down, Grand Starfall coming out there looking for the shockwave combination. The dive into the backline by Taiga. Yike's going to knock him up with the Cyclone, and Taiga is separated from his team. He jumps back in for the stun, but the flash across the wall, or at least the jump with the blast code from Kana, means that NAVI cannot follow up on their jungler. like Hansumdi has so much he has to avoid. He has so much he has to work around. His Targamas is caught out a little bit here, looking for the grand entrance knock-up. Taker's going to flash away. Kana waiting just around the corner. 6,000 on the Artican right now. NAVI going to be split up by the Weaver's Wall. Targamas still waiting. Goes in with the quickness. And the feathers fly from Kalist. Hansumdi immediately has to dash away. But Yike follows up with Kana. Kalist and Targamas able to retreat to the top side of the fight. Taker tried to get in. Did steal the Artican in the middle of it all. But he'll pay for it with his life. As will Adam. Kalist mows him down. NAVI discombobulated. But somehow Taker keeps them in it with an Artican steal.
Desperately trying to complete more items. Oh, Kana on the front lines here.
He doesn't take any damage from Hansumdi. He goes back in with on top of Alonso. There's the Weaver's Wall as well. Maorang in the middle of them all with the Zeke's convergence, but it's just not doing anything. That's roast beef for KC.
And so far this game, KC have just been starting objectives on spawn. Looks like they've caught out Adam.
Yeah, he is not in the best of spots here. The World Ender, it might live up to its name, but it may be his world that's being ended here as he's caught out. KC with good movements on the map, using the Weaver's Wall to separate Adam from his easiest escape route, and then with Targamas and Kalist coming up, it was all at the end for the Aatrox. Baron begun.
The Demolish proc doing good work.
Yeah, 3-item sight on. You're not really going to do any damage here. Adam on the wrong side of the wall. Grand Starfall coming down as they look for Kalist, but Yike with a good Cyclone will get a double knock-up onto Taker. Unstoppable also coming out from Kana as he looks for the knock-up onto Maorang. Can't get it, but Maorang still falls. Vladdy flashing over the wall, chasing Adam down. The Infernal Chains won't connect. Hansumdi untouched so far. They're having to pop the ultimate. And now walking back to the fountain. TP's coming out as KC look to continue this advance. Sion back with full HP and an Elixir of Iron just to add to the deal here. Not going to be able to get your way through him. He flashes for Larson. Decimating Smash stunned out of Targamas going in with a knock-up. The knock back onto Larson with the seismic shove, though. Will it be enough? And KC are just forcing NAVI away from their own inhibitors, away from their own base, and back to the drawing board, it seems. KC still 5 members strong as we see NAVI respawning and immediately being put 6 feet under. Demolition here from KC in game 1.
28-minute stomp from the side of KC. We saw some nice proactive moves from NAVI in the early game, but once KC got a foothold, they just never let go. 18 kills to 4.